listening to the Farmy Yard Podcast.
This podcast is brought to you by Farmyard and Farmyard's Mighty Network. Episode 60. Double, double, toil and trouble. I have made me an Orgone Bubble. And in this episode, I'm going to tell you about my Orgone Bubble that I just recently completed and am in the process of activating. So here we go. Well, hello there. Linda Borghi here from Farmyard. And you, my friends, are just one seed away. Now, I was trying to think of that. I thought it was a nursery rhyme, but it wasn't. I mean, that line, double, double, toil and trouble, actually comes from Macbeth. I had to Google that because any questions I have in my head, thanks to my son Brandon, I know all I have to do is Google it and I can get an answer. So I Googled it, and that was the answer. It was from Macbeth, and it's double, double, toil and trouble. And I have made me an Orgone Bubble. Yes, I had a series of three podcasts on the Orgone Bubble technology that is just like fresh out of the hopper, kind of, discovered. I don't think it's yet 6 months ago. And what is this technology? What is it doing? It is really emitting a lot of good in the world by reducing the harmful energies that are entering our bodies via all of our Wi-Fi, all of these devices that we have coming out of the electric sockets. Our bodies are being bombarded with those frequencies, and we can't really see that. We don't see it. It's like gravity. Now look, folks, this is always just my take on it, okay? So we get all these frequencies and we get all this negativity coming into our body, and it's harming us. So what this bubble is doing is protecting us from that. So I was reconnected with a physicist outside of Liverpool, England, Mike Emery, not too long ago. And we reconnected, and I was just so fascinated by the project that he was currently working on with this Orgone Bubble. So I spoke with him, then I spoke with Monica, a woman that was working with this bubble in Mexico. And then I spoke with a cowboy out in the California desert, Bubba. Yep. And after speaking with those three individuals and then podcasting with them, I had to build me a bubble, and I did. I did just that. And it's very interesting. So I got together all of my things that I needed in order to build the bubble, and I'll give you that list right now. I needed to get a violet ray wand. Violet ray wand was mentioned 900 times by Edgar Casey in his readings to individuals that went to him for this or for that ailment. 900 times he mentioned the violet ray wand. And the violet ray wand is a device that is low voltage but high frequency. So you need one of those. And nowadays they're sold for cosmetology, for wrinkles or for blemishes, for acne, and also highly purchased for men losing their hair. So you need a violet ray wand. You need white cement. There's two types of cement, I found out. White cement and gray cement. You do not want gray cement. You need to have white cement. So Google that and see where you could get it in your area. It won't be Lowe's or Home Depot. So don't bother with those two. You'll need 1-inch copper pipe. 1-inch copper pipe. And you'll need about 1.5 feet, 2 feet of that 1-inch copper pipe. Maximum. What you're going to do with that copper pipe is you're going to anneal it, which means you're going to take an acetylene tank and you're going to heat that pipe up, and with the copper it turns like pretty rainbow colors, you know, and then that pipe's going to cool on its own. Annealing, the process of annealing, you could Google that, and it strengthens the pipe. So you need copper pipe. Then you'll need a vessel, a plastic vessel. I suggest it's a fairly decent size, well, actually a large size salad bowl with a flat bottom, you know, maybe a big fruit bowl, watermelon bowl, you know. I'm the oldest of 8 children, so a lot of our bowls were ginormo for a regular family. But you'll need, that size, a large vessel. You'll need Vaseline. Yep, a nice big container of Vaseline. And you will need an infrared light. Infrared lights are used for chicken brooders or, heat purposes. That's why they're used for chickens, little baby chicks, because it doesn't hurt their eyeballs and keeps them toasty warm. And then you just keep on raising that light as they grow. Yep. So that's it. That's what you need to build an Orgone bubble. How do you build it? Now, I'm a biodynamic farmer, so I contacted Josephine Porter Institute in Virginia, and I ordered a package of Preparation 501, and that is ground quartz crystal that is buried in the ground for a number of months and then uncovered and stirred in water for an hour, forming a vortex in opposite directions for an hour, planting your thoughts in the water. That is correct. For 1 hour, planting your thoughts into that water that you're stirring vortexes in. Yeah, I'm doing it now. It's so funny. I'm doing it in the air as I'm speaking to you. Doing vortexes. I love vortexes. So that is Preparation 501, and that's the water that I used to mix the white cement. But the process is this. You take your salad bowl, take your Vaseline, you coat that salad bowl with the Vaseline really thick. You mix your cement, you put it in that salad bowl. After that cement starts to set up a little bit, you're going to put those pipes, 2 1-inch copper pipes, into that cement, 4 inches down, or, as much as it is in the cement, you want it to be out of the cement. Okay? Without the pipe touching or popping out the bottom of the salad bowl. So that after you've done that, your cement has set up, that plastic pot should come off because you coated it really good with Vaseline. And now you're going to heat that cement with the copper pipe from below, from underneath, with the infrared light. And this is how I did that. I took 2 pavers. Pavers are pretty much all standard sizes. What are they, a foot? Maybe not even. Maybe they're 10 inches, something like that. But it happened to be the height of the shield for the light bulb. infrared light bulb, because you got to get the shield, the thing that you screw the light bulb into. And I got one for a reptile tank, and it's ceramic, right? But it's got that metal casing on the outside, so the bulb is protected. It's not just a bare bulb, right? So what I did is I took the pavers and I flipped that around, the light, so that it was facing up, and I positioned those pavers so it was the width of the shield. So the shield was, leaning on these two pavers. And then I took that cement device and put it on top of it. So there you go. So the bulb is completely protected, right? And if you're outside, it's on the earth anyway. Earth isn't going to burn, because it'll get mighty warm under there, heating up that cement. So now you've got the infrared light taken care of. Now, you're with your violet ray wand, that glass tube, you want it to touch both of the copper pipes at the same time. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a video in the show notes so that you could see what mine looks like operating. And then you'll hear the buzzing of the violet ray wand, and you'll see how I have it set up. But everybody's setup's going to be a little bit different, just like each of us are a little bit different. But the one thing that's going to be the same for each and every Orgone bubble that is made is that it is necessary, in order to activate it, to plant our intentions. So the intentions are an ingredient for the activation of the bubble. And let those intentions rise. There'll be more than one, right? I mean, we all have one main intention, I would think, and then like a gazillion sub-intentions. I'll give you an example. Food and water, everyone, every day. That's my main intention. Yes, indeed, it is. But there's a lot of sub-intentions to that. What kind of food? What kind of water? You know what I mean. So there you go. But nonetheless, it is an active ingredient in the activation of the bubble. Without it, it doesn't activate. And once it activates, what does it do? Besides protect us from all these electromagnetic frequencies, EMFs, that are coming out of all these orifices in our homes, it is going to establish a state of euphoria where no negativity can enter. Euphoria. So, I just felt it was very important to share this information with each and every one of you, because I would think that everyone would want to be in a state of euphoria, no matter what color we are, what country we come from. None of those things I believe would matter. I really think that we all would want to be in a state of euphoria and never leave it. Actually, I've never heard anyone say that they love to be in agony. I've never really heard that mentioned anywhere. Nope. And, I know that my mind and my heart have always been open. So when situations like this come down my street, so to speak, an Orgone Bubble that creates a state of euphoria with very few things needed to create it, right? I've never passed those situations up in my life, and every single one of them, by the way, have been extremely beneficial. So that's all for now, brown cow. I will put the video of my bubble in the show notes. It's going to take about 30 days for my bubble to activate because I'm not running the violet ray wand nor the infrared light overnight. I'm just doing it during the daylight hours. So it's going to take longer for it to get completely charged. Once it is completely charged, then it will be able to hold its charge by the use of magnets, but I will do another episode about the magnets after the bubble is fully charged. And I will check in and give you guys an update because, look, I've never done this before. But, something happened today. This is the third day. I went out this morning. I got up early. I went out this morning into the shed to, turn everything on, the infrared light and the violet ray wand. And I had it on. I'm sitting there. The smell in there was just so yummo. It was just so good. It smelled so fresh and was so beautiful. Then I started Googling the violet ray wand. Well, that's because what it's producing is ozone. That smell right after a rain. And that's why the smell in there was just so, oh yes. Just smelling that was euphoric, honest to goodness, because it didn't rain and it wasn't raining and it wasn't about to rain. I don't know, but we will document this and try it out. I mean, what do you have to lose? Violet ray wand. In fact, what I'll do is in the show notes, I'll put the link to the violet ray wand that I purchased along with where I got my white cement. Now, this is in New Jersey because that's where I am. And any information I can to, make it really simple. It was simple enough for me. This podcasting grandmother mixing cement, really very interesting situation. Well, there you go, my friends. I hope that you have enjoyed this episode and all the other episodes that you've listened to before. If you could subscribe and download and comment, this way I know you're out there. Please send me any questions. I love questions. I love them. It makes me just very happy to answer each and every one of your questions. And I generally do so pretty quickly. I have a pretty good response time. So that's all for now. I will definitely catch you on the flip side. And until then, go farm that yard. Hello, everyone. This is Linda Borghi, the founder of Farmyard. Not sure if you are aware that the reason why I formed a mighty movement called Farmyard was to grow healthy people. And there's an awful lot of topics involved in growing healthy people. We have to grow healthy soil to grow nutrient-dense plants, and then we'll grow healthy people. But what we were missing was a mighty network to connect the dots. And we have created a mighty network just for that purpose. We are inviting you in to come and look around. Check out our topics: growing soil, water, harvesting, seeds, tools. And not only that, other than myself, there is more than a dozen individuals that are going to be sharing their expertise with you, like my friends all over the world in the energy of Orgone. So come on in and check it out. I know you'll love it, and I will see you on the inside. Until then, go farm your yard. This podcast is supported by a collaborative cooperative inside of our mighty network. We thank everyone for tuning in. If you enjoy our content, please subscribe and share.